Thanksgiving, it's a day we usually think of as warm, about family, gratitude.
Absolutely. A big meal, maybe some football watching, that feeling of being safe, connected.
Right, in your own home. But, sometimes holidays can take a really dark, unexpected turn. That whole sense of peace just shatters.
Yeah.
So today we're sharing some true accounts, stories where that festive Thanksgiving feeling was completely changed by something much more unsettling.
And these aren't just, reports we've read somewhere. These are really personal, chilling experiences from people who actually lived through them.
Exactly.
They're a pretty stark reminder, honestly, that danger isn't always like lurking in a dark alley. Sometimes it knocks right on your front door.
Or sometimes it's already inside what you thought was the safest place.
Right, inside your home.
So our goal for you, as we go through these pretty harrowing stories, is to really shine a light on the surprising details, the key moments.
Yeah, they're definitely unsettling. But they also offer some real insights, don't they? Into resilience, how danger can just pop up unexpectedly.
And maybe most importantly, trusting your gut, your instincts, even when your logical brain is telling you something else.
Definitely.
We want to be clear, the tone here is going to be serious, gripping. It reflects how serious these events really were.
No room for making light of it. Just focusing on the suspense, the fear involved.
Okay, so let's start with the first account. It begins like a lot of Thanksgivings, really. Picture a small gathering, kind of intimate, at a mother's house. It's raining outside. The family there is the mom, her two daughters, Nancy and Jamie, who's the one telling the story, and their grandparents. Dinner's always at 6 p.m. sharp.
Right, on schedule.
And the narrator, Jamie, remembers helping her grandparents up the front stoop in the pouring rain, trying to make sure they didn't slip.
Yeah, that kind of detail makes it feel very real.
Inside, the football game's on, giving that comforting background noise. The kitchen's busy. It just felt like a normal, cozy evening was ahead.
And it's amazing how fast that cozy feeling can just evaporate. The storm outside gets worse.
Right.
Which at first makes it feel even cozier inside.
But then it provides cover.
Exactly. The doorbell rings, still pouring rain, and they aren't expecting anyone at all.
And the mom's first thought, like a quick flash of worry, is about an estranged family member, which tells you there's maybe already a little bit of underlying tension or worry there.
Right. A background note of unease. But what happens next is way beyond any typical family drama.
Yeah. And that's where you really see the vulnerability. The narrator, Jamie, goes to the door, yells, "Who is it?" But the storm just swallows the sound.
Can't hear a thing over the rain.
So she opens the inner door, but leaves the main storm door, the sturdy one, closed and locked.
Okay, so there's still a barrier.
Yes. And through the rain on the glass, she sees this man, big rain jacket, hood pulled up. He's asking for food.
Asking for food. On Thanksgiving? In a storm.
He even says something like, "The Lord will give you good karma if you spare some food."
Wow. It puts you in a tough spot, doesn't it? Especially on Thanksgiving, a day about generosity. How do you react? Your gut might be screaming no, but
the grandmother, her immediate reaction is pure compassion. Give him some food.
of course.
So the narrator, Jamie, influenced by that, wanting to do the right thing, decides, okay, I'll make him a plate of leftovers.
A kind gesture, but one that unfortunately opens the door to danger.
And this is exactly where that kindness turns terrifying. Jamie goes back to the door, plate ready, holds it up to show the man through the glass.
Okay.
And instantly, like with shocking speed, the man tries to wrench open the storm door.
Even though she said it was locked. Or he knew it was locked.
He knew it was locked. She instinctively yells, "Wait, it's locked." But then, and she regrets this deeply, she reaches out and unlocks it.
Oh no.
The second she starts to push it open even slightly, he yanks it violently towards him and tries to force his way inside.
Just like that. Aggression.
The reaction time here is just incredible.
No.
Jamie, in that split second, throws the plate of food at him. Pure instinct. Manages to hold him back for a second, screaming for her sisters. Her older sister, Nancy, rushes over.
Okay, so help is coming.
And as Nancy gets there, they both see two more men running up the walkway towards the house.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't just him. It was planned.
It seems like it. Jamie and Nancy, just running on adrenaline, managed to shove the first man back just enough
to
slam that heavy storm door shut and lock it again. Whew!
That's incredibly close.
Immediately, Jamie, being the only guy there capable of really defending them, sprints to check the back door, make sure it's secure. The rest of the family is, understandably, falling apart. Hysterics.
I can only imagine. From trying to offer food to fighting someone off at your door with more coming in seconds.
It's chilling, that switch. From kindness to a desperate fight, what does that say about how we react when caught off guard?
It's primal almost. Survival kicks in.
So afterwards, they call the police, and the food Jamie dropped, it's still scattered on the stoop, untouched.
Proof. Clear proof they didn't want food.
Yeah, not at all. Their Thanksgiving almost turned into an absolute nightmare. Not a misunderstanding, but someone deliberately using their compassion against them.
A calculated act.
And the big takeaway for them was realizing that trying to do the right thing can sometimes horribly put you in danger. They got a doorbell camera right after that.
Unnecessary precaution after something like that. That window, that moment of unlocking the door, so critical.
It really is. And that story, it just highlights how kindness can be twisted, exploited, but danger. It doesn't always knock. Sometimes it creeps in digitally first, mapping things out.
Yeah, which leads into Melissa's story. A completely different kind of violation.
Yeah.
But just as terrifying.
So Melissa's having Thanksgiving dinner at her parents' place. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
Until her phone buzzes. It's this huge, essay-long text message.
From a number she doesn't recognize.
Right. But she quickly figures out who it is. The guy named Kevin.
Okay, who's Kevin?
Someone she matched with on a dating app. Crucially, they had never met in person.
So purely online contact.
Yes. And after she politely turned him down, he just descended into this obsessive-aggressive stalking behavior.
It happens way too often. Rejection, triggering obsession.
He'd even threatened her before, apparently, when she posted a picture with a male friend he wrongly assumed was a date.
So there was already a history of aggression.
Definitely. She'd blocked him everywhere she could think of. Snapchat, Instagram, his phone number.
But that often doesn't work with someone determined, does it? They always find ways around it.
Exactly. It shows the limits of just blocking online. He kept finding ways.
How? How did he keep contacting her?
He'd create these random Instagram and Snapchat accounts. 0 followers, always different, weird names. Just relentless.
That's incredibly unnerving. Constant harassment from anonymous accounts.
And the messages themselves, they weren't just annoying. It was gaslighting, insults, stuff that felt like borderline threats, really chipping away at her peace of mind.
Yeah, that constant drip of psychological abuse is terrifying in itself.
At one point, after a particularly nasty message, Melissa texted back clearly, "If you keep contacting me, I will go to the police."
Setting a boundary, trying to make it stop.
You'd think. But even trying to enjoy the holiday, put the phone away. Later that evening, another massive text comes through from a third random number.
Oh, come on. He just wouldn't stop.
This one was even worse, just berating her, insulting her. The family saw it, they were appalled, told her she had to go to the police.
Good advice. This was escalating.
The digital harassment was bad enough, truly scary, but then it crossed over into the physical world.
Okay, this is where it gets even more chilling.
Melissa gets back to her apartment later that night. She lives on the lower floor of a 2-family house, shares it with her roommate, Chelsea.
Right.
She goes to her bedroom planning just unwind, maybe watch a Christmas movie, and then she hears it. Footsteps. Walking sounds.
Inside the apartment?
Inside her apartment, not upstairs, downstairs with her.
Okay, my heart just jumped.
The footsteps come right up to her bedroom door, and then the doorknob starts rattling. Someone's trying to open it.
Oh my God.
Her first thought, maybe wishful thinking, is that it must be Chelsea, because Melissa habitually locked her bedroom door at night.
A good habit, as it turns out.
Absolutely. She calls out, "Chelsea!" And the rattling stops. Instantly.
Silence.
Just dead silence. Really unsettling. She grabs her phone, maybe to call Chelsea, and sees new texts from that third number.
What did they say?
One of them confirmed her absolute worst fear. It said, "Good thing you made it obvious where you live."
He was in the house. He knew she was home. He'd figured out where she lived.
Yes. That digital stalking had turned into real-world reconnaissance. He'd found her. She tries calling Chelsea frantically, no answer.
Panic mode. Understandably.
Then she calls her parents, whispering into the phone that she thinks the stalker's actually inside her apartment.
Terrifying.
Her dad lives only 10 minutes away. He got there in 5, drove like crazy.
Good dad.
The front door was locked, so Melissa had to let him in. They searched the whole apartment, and they found how he got in.
Oh.
A big sliding window near the kitchen. It was unlocked.
Ah, the simple oversight. The common vulnerability.
Exactly. Something easily missed, but it was the entry point for this guy who was terrifyingly fixated on her. Her dad was so upset about the window, you know? That small mistake.
It's a stark reminder. So what happened with Kevin?
Melissa went to court, got a temporary restraining order. She actually saw him there in court.
Must have been incredibly difficult.
Yeah. And the judge, seeing the threatening texts, the clear escalation, extended the order, even without absolute proof he was the one who broke in that night. The pattern was enough.
Smart judge, recognizing the danger.
If he ever contacts her again, he faces immediate arrest. He was clearly dangerous. It really makes you think about that persistence paradox you mentioned. How repeated, seemingly small intrusions just wear you down before the big physical threat even happens.
They absolutely do. It erodes your entire sense of safety. What a horrible experience.
It truly is. So Melissa's story shows that escalation from digital to physical. Now, let's shift gears completely. Different setting, different kind of threat. Rural lakeside.
Okay, where a feeling of isolation, maybe security and being remote, actually becomes the vulnerability.
Exactly. Our last story is Thanksgiving in rural Central Florida, Uncle Ben's house, right on a huge lake.
Sounds picturesque.
It is, but this wasn't your quiet, traditional Thanksgiving. Uncle Ben apparently throws more of a party. Music blasting, cornhole, coolers of beer, like a backyard bash.
Okay, so a different vibe. Lively, maybe a bit less guarded because of the isolation.
Perhaps. So it's around 5:30 p.m., dusk is setting in. They set up dinner under a big gazebo near the lake. By 6, it's pitch black out there. Just the gazebo lights cutting through the darkness.
That image, light surrounded by darkness, sets the stage almost.
It really does. And as they're eating, dusk settling, suddenly a cousin whispers, "Dad, who's that?"
Oh boy.
Everyone looks where he's pointing. Edge of the woods, there's a figure. Just standing there, still as a statue, watching them eat.
Yeah, I was just watching. That's inherently creepy.
Uncle Ben, who's had a few beers, yells out something like, "Can I help you?" The man just turns and bolts back into the woods.
Okay, weird, but maybe harmless.
That's what Uncle Ben thought, laughed it off, called him one of the local nuts.
Dismissing it. Happens a lot.
But it wasn't over. A little later, the man reappears, this time closer to the lake.
Okay, more bold now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Uncle Ben, he's more annoyed now. Maybe the beer kicking in more too, confronts him again, more aggressively. But this time, they notice something else.
What?
There's a second man, on the opposite side of the yard, also in the woods.
Oh, okay. That changes everything. 2 of them. Coordinated.
Seems like it. When the first guy runs off again, the second one stays put, until Uncle Ben, the narrator, his dad, and a cousin all get up to go towards him. Then he runs too.
The realization that there are 2 working together, watching, that would shift the mood fast, especially out there, isolated.
Absolutely. The party vibe is gone. They decide, okay, time to clean up, move inside. Uncle Ben leaves all the outside lights on. He's clearly alert now.
Good call. Better safe than sorry.
Their first thought is maybe drunk teens, young adults just messing around,
Yeah.
you know, trying to rationalize it.
Trying to make it less scary than it feels.
But deep down, they felt it was different, more deliberate. So they're inside. Things have calmed down a bit. The narrator decides to run back out quick for more beers from the cooler, still under the gazebo.
Okay. Venturing back out.
As they get close to the gazebo, they get this sudden, really bad feeling. And they realize the gazebo light is off.
But Uncle Ben left it on.
He specifically left it on. Now it's dark.
Someone turned it off. This is getting bad.
And just as they're processing that, they hear it. A definite sound. A chair sliding under the gazebo in the dark.
Oh, chills. Actual chills.
They instinctively turn, and in the gloom, they see him. A man, described as massively tall, like 6'5", just walking around the table under the gazebo.
He's waiting there. In the dark.
The narrator just yells, screams for Uncle Ben, and bolts back towards the house.
Smart move. Get out. Get help.
And it's like the yell triggered something, because at the exact same time from the other side of the house, there's this violent banging sound, like someone hitting the siding hard, repeatedly.
They're surrounded. Multiple intruders. Coordinated attack.
That was the moment. Seeing the actual fear on Uncle Ben's face, on his dad's face, that's when the narrator got truly scared.
Yeah, when the tough guys get scared, you know it's serious.
They rush inside, slam every door, lock everything. Aunt Mel is frantically closing every single curtain, every blind.
Feeling trapped, watched. That remote party setting now feels like a siege.
Completely. And Uncle Ben does something totally out of character for him. Someone who apparently never wants anything to do with the cops. He calls the police.
That action alone tells you how serious the threat felt.
It really does. So they're waiting inside, tense, listening. Then bang! A loud crash. The kitchen window shatters.
Oh my God. They broke a window.
Aunt Mel yells for Uncle Ben to get his old rifle, but he says it hasn't been loaded in years. Probably for the best, maybe.
Probably. So the police arrive.
Finally, yes. They find a brick was thrown through the window and attached to the crack. A note.
A note? What did it say?
It said, "Leave now, you thing," and then some implied threat. Just chilling.
Targeted. Malicious.
And they also noticed the next day, his distinctive Trump flag, which had been flying outside, was gone. Stolen.
So maybe political motivation? Or just random terror?
They never found out for sure. Could have been political, could have just been, as they put it, sickos, getting thrills from terrifying people. The mystery of why makes it almost worse.
Yeah, the unknown motive is deeply unsettling. That feeling of vulnerability, even in your own remote space, just shattered.
Absolutely.
Right.
A brutal end to what started as a party.
These stories, they really drive home how fragile that sense of holiday safety can be, can't they?
They really do. What comes through again and again is how easily a day that's supposed to be about joy, connection, safety, it can just flip into a fight for survival.
It's a stark reminder, really. The worst things can happen when you least expect them, even inside your own home, during a holiday gathering. These deep dives, they've brought up some tough realities.
They have.
Like the first story, showing how criminals can use our own kindness, our social norms against us. It highlights how important that initial assessment is and acting decisively.
Right. And Melissa's story, how digital stalking isn't just online. It can be reconnaissance, mapping out real-world vulnerabilities leading to physical invasion. That persistence paradox is terrifying.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the lakeside story. How feeling safe because you're relaxed or remote can actually lower your guard, make you vulnerable to a coordinated intrusion, especially if you dismiss those early warning signs.
So it really leaves you with a question, doesn't it, for you listening? What do these stories reveal about the hidden weak spots in our own lives, even at home, even during happy times?
Yeah, how do you tell the difference in that critical moment between someone needing help and someone meaning harm? And honestly, how ready are any of us for something truly unexpected like this?
The big takeaway seems to be that vigilance isn't just for dark streets. It's needed on your doorstep, online, even in seemingly safe, relaxed places.
Trust your gut. That instinct is there for a reason.
Well said. Thank you for joining us for this pretty unsettling deep dive into the darker side of holiday experiences.
Stay safe out there. Stay aware.
And always, always trust your instincts.